on the Permanent Secretary, the Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, to open up the last lab for today's event. The Permanent Secretary, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. MC. You are all welcome to the final lap of today, which we are trying to bring in activities for tomorrow, because actually this program is supposed to be a 5-day program. However, due to paucity of funds, we cannot afford to keep ourselves here up to Friday. And there is so much work from the states, the stakeholders, and other public-private partners who are ready to support us. So the states, we had called you according to how your memoranda are being compiled. You please step forward. If a state is not present today, they should indicate so that we'll know which states are present. However, I wish to inform the meeting that I was locked up in the hall because they don't wish this section to continue. I was struggling to come out before 5 p.m. and someone said they were trying and they locked me up. That's why I'm coming now. I was thinking of having just 1 hour, but depending on who are on ground, we might stay here for the next 3 hours. Thank you. God bless all of us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that very friendly note, we've taken copious notice of what the PS has said, and we want to sincerely apologize to her for the mix-up in the security architecture. It's not in the habit of members within this vicinity to so do. So we are so sorry, ma. Affliction will not arise the second time. All right, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's go straight. If we don't want to stay for 3 hours, I will quickly create the indulgence of speakers that will be coming after now to please walk with time. It's already 3 minutes past 5. So we have Abia State. Okay, immediately after Abia State, we'll have Ogun State, and then we'll have Zamfara Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Science and Tech, and Ministry of Environment. I've been reliably informed that we have 1 person that will take the memoranda for this state, Zamfara, and the various ministries. So after that, we'll have Delta, Taraba, Nasarawa, Plateau, FCT, Bayelsa, as time permits. So let's kickstart with Abia State. You're highly welcome, ma'am.
Good evening. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science, Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Mrs. Eswabaran Nko Afene, permit me to stand on existing protocol. This is the Memorandum on Research, Develop, Innovate, and Commercialize, in bracket RDIC, a cycle for national prosperity. Source of memorandum, Abia State Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Type of memorandum, information stroke action. The purpose of this memorandum is to inform Council that RIDC cycle is a systematic approach that will help to transform research and innovate into a commercialized products and services. Council may wish to know that the cycle consists of 4 stages of research development, innovation, and commercialization. Council is invited to note, 1, the RDIC cycle provides a structured approach to innovation, and it leads to increased foreign direct investment, FDI, as well as creates new job opportunities. 2, countries like South Korea, Singapore, and Israel that adopt the RDIC cycles are more attractive to foreign investors. They are seen to have demonstrated a more committed to innovation and economic growth, as evidenced by increased foreign direct investment. 2, the RDIC cycle can as well help Nigeria achieve suitable development by promoting eco-friendly and environmentally sustained innovations. 3, 4, the RDIC cycle is an interactive process which sought each stage building upon the previous one. It is essential to note that the RDIC cycle is not a linear process, as stages may occur or overlap opportunity. The RDIC cycle plays a crucial role in driving national prosperity by fostering innovation, environmental entrepreneurship, and economic growth. The RDIC cycle helps countries diversify their economies by developing the new industries and sectors. By adopting the RDCI cycle, our country can improve their national competitiveness, making them more attractive to businesses, investors, and tourists. And Abia State government, having understood the importance of RDIC cycle, is driving the economic property that graciously extended the primary function of the Ministry of Science and Technology, Research and Development to include that of innovation. Our prayers. Council is hereby prayed to note / approve that all states / local governments may key into RDIC cycle for greater prosperity. 2, that the Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency, in bracket NNMDA, should afford states their services in the research and development products such as herbal medicine. And finally, that Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology should mandatorily include states in their research, development, innovation, and commercialization cycle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beautiful sister from the heart of Nigeria. Any comment?
Please, our microphones should still be active. Ushers, I know your legs are weak at this point. Let's see how we cooperate for the last lap. We have 3 hands. Please, can we get the mics from the engineers behind? Thank you.
Our palm set, man. Thank you, Abia, for. Hello?
Yeah.
1, 2. Hello? Okay. Thank you, our palm set. And Abia State for the encouraging memo that you presented. My comment is just to say that the Nigerian Natural Medicine Development Agency would like to support this kind of memo intended for reaching out to our populace, the general public, and we are ready. All we need from you is provide, for example, a government-approved land, 10 hectares of land, and you do not need to come to Lagos to get our product. We will come to your state, we will teach you how to develop, cultivate the medicinal plants, and we will help you make the products in Abia State, and you will not need to travel to anywhere. Thank you.
Okay, we got another hand there. So please, let's always remember to mention our names.
Thank you, the PAMSEC. My name is Dr. McDonald Aloko from Naseni. I think in my own view, how the IC have been working for all the institutes. But like since Abia State said they want to take it, I want to ask, what products have they actually experimented that have led to commercialization? Because they are now calling all the states, local government to come and key into it. If they can mention one product, then I think all states can decide to key into it. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have more hands? Apam Segma. Okay, do we have our DG Natural Medicine to please, the PS has directed that they should state the products we have for commercialization. Thank you. Please, the mic is not available.
Okay, so thank you. First, and I'm going to call some products now, but that's not useful to you. Why? Because, like Abia made that presentation, what is useful to Abia may not be useful to Kogi. So every state will have to determine what is the most prevalent disease in your area, and then we develop the products for those. Now, for us, looking at the National Strategic Health Plan for the country, there are diseases of priority in the neglected tropical diseases. Malaria, for example, tuberculosis, hypertension, erectile dysfunction, sickle cell. These are all disease areas that we already have products, even certified list, registered by NASRDA. And you can go to NASRDA website, you see that. You go to our own website too, www.nnmda.gov.ng. You will see all of those information in that place. In this era, you do not need to wait for anybody to give you information. All you just say a punch on your button and you get the information. And we have products for at least 27 disease areas in the country.
Thank you so much, DG Natural Medicine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
It is also pertinent to mention that the National Board for Technology Incubation has several products that are in commercial quantities in our market, which some have even, they went for ECOWAX for exhibition. So we have been doing quite a lot to make sure that this cycle will be a vehicle for our posterity and prosperity. Thank you.
Ma, sorry ma. We also have a booth outside. NNMDA booth is outside, and you can go there to see our products. Thank you.
Very much. So we can now move to the next states with the permission of the Permanent Secretary. Ministry of Agric, Zamfara. Ministry of Science and Tech, Zamfara. And Ministry of Environment, Zamfara. I think we have one resource person to speak on those three. Are we still together? Zamfara, a delegate from Zamfara State. I think she has stepped out because we met just before the break and she promised to present for the three ministries. Okay, moving on, let's have Bell.
I'm so sorry. I'm still in the Robben Island experience, so I did not remember to call for recommendation for ascent to the higher authority. Can we present this to the recommend this to the higher authority? Thank you so much. Carry on, Mr. MC.
Okay, Delta States, are you ready? Delta States, delegates from Delta States. Ma'am, are you from Delta States? Delta States. Okay, Taraba State. Taraba State. Okay, you're welcome, sir.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Abdullah Gilado Abbare, representing the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Science and Technology, Taraba State. I have three memos to present. Two are action stock information memos, while the other memo is an information memo. The first memo is memorandum on the industrial use application of Momotica carantaceae, a bitter melon. Source of memo is Taraba State Ministry of Science and Technology. It is an information memo. The purpose of this memo or memorandum is to appraise Council on the industrial uses and applications of Council application of Momotica carantaceae, bitter melon. Council is invited to note that Taraba State is blessed with abundant natural resources, among which Momotica carantaceae, commonly known as bitter melon. The Momotica carantaceae is a tropical plant which is rich in history of traditional medical and culinary uses. That the industrial uses of bitter melon are justified in its pharmaceutical potentials, anti-diabetic and inflammatory and cancer properties. Nutritional value, high dietary, fiber, vitamins, and minerals contents. Cosmetic applications, antioxidant, and anti-agent properties. Agricultural benefit, natural pesticide, fertilizer, and soil conditioner properties. Biofuel potentials providing a renewable energy source. 4, that the industrial application of bitter melon offers a sustainable and innovative solution for industries. 5, by harnessing its potentials, we can develop new medicines, create nutritious and traditional food products, formulate natural and effective skincare products, contribute to the development of renewable energy sources. Prayers. Council is invited to note and approve the usefulness and the industrial application of bitter melon as highlighted above. 2, that the bitter melon be recommended for use in the industrial sector to promote a sustainable and innovative healthcare future for all. 3, that this versatile plant should be grown in our environment. That is our first memo. The second memorandum is on bridging energy gap, poverty, and inequality through the provision and the use of renewable energy infrastructures. The memo is an information/action memo. The purpose of this memo or memorandum is to inform the Council on the need to make renewable mini-grids, infrastructures, biomass, small hydro and wind turbine facilities, and other renewable energy generating infrastructures available in the Nigerian market to boost electricity supply in the rural areas of the country. 2, Council is invited to note that more investment in electricity productivity in productions are needed to bridge the existing demand-supply gap in the country, where about 6.1% or 61% of the population as the year 2022 only had access to electricity supplies. 1, that the highest percentage of the population without access to electricity located in rural areas, and the electricity access rate varies significantly from 95% in Lagos to 10.9% in Taraba State. 2, to achieve a universal education in rural areas for combination of different technology options, grid extensions, or off-grid electrification in a manner that considers resources availability and cost is required. The rural electrification strategy and implementation plan of Nigeria was adopted in 2006 with a goal to set electrification targets and establish ways of achieving them. That the policy statement of His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas is the guiding force, and the Taraba State Ministry of Science and Technology is poised to collaborate, innovate, and deliver tangible results across various sectors. 9, adopting renewable energy sources like solar, biomass, wind and hydro presence will be compelling solutions to address energy poverty and promote sustainable development in Nigeria. Prayers. Council is hereby prayed to note and approve that 1. The encouragement of R&D activities on renewable energy equipments by the federal government, states, and individuals will help the production of small hydro turbine, solar, PV, and wind turbines. Using local materials, make it readily available and cheap in the Nigerian markets. 2, federal and the state governments should implement supportive policies that incentivize investment in renewable energy and facilitate grid integration. 3, there should be more public-private partnership. Should be more public-private partnership, PPP, in the production and implementation of renewable energy projects. 4, state and local governments should invest in efficient, clean energy infrastructures and the promotion of public awareness by stakeholders on the adoption of renewable energy. Technical committee, okay. That is the second memo. Our last memo is Memorandum on Research, Development, Innovations, and Improve Commercialization Initiative, that is REDIIC, a cycle for national prosperity. It's an information memo. The purpose of this memorandum is to inform the council that the state ministry is launching the research, development, innovations, and improve commercialization initiatives to create a robust ecosystem that supports the development of innovative solutions, products, and services. Council is invited to note that the development plans aims to chart a new course for the future of Taraba State by ensuring a vibrant and flourishing society for generations to come. 2, that the REDIIC initiative hinges on the 5 pillars of His Excellency Dr. Abuja's development approach, namely economic empowerment and diversifications, quality education and human capital development, sustainable infrastructure and connectivity, healthcare and social welfare, security and safety. 2, that the REDIIC further aims to identify areas of areas of strategic importance and invest in targeted research and development initiatives, collaborate with industries and academia to develop innovative solutions, encourage entrepreneurship and innovation through funding and support, and facilitate the transition of innovation solutions to market-ready products. 4, the REDIIC initiative will be implemented in 3 phases: short time, medium time, and long time. 4, the implementation of REDIIC initiative will have a significant impact on the lives of Tarabans and the nation at large in the area of improved healthcare, increased food security, enhanced economic opportunities, empower education, and environmental sustainability. Prayers. The Council is therefore prayed to note that the REDIIC initiative as a strategic framework designed to drive economic growth and prosperity. 2, They need to grant support to resources for successful implementation of the REDIRC initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Sorry, housefly is the one attacking me now. So, thank you so much, my brother from Taraba.
Thank you.
Any comments, please? Comments? No comments. Can we recommend it to the higher authority? Thank you. You may have your seat.
Thank you very much, the Permanent Secretary. Can we now have Ogun State? Thereafter, we have Zamfara State. I'm aware she's available now. Thank you. Ogun State.
Good afternoon, the Permanent Secretary. All other protocol duly observed. The memo for Ogun State is an action, and the subject is investing in STEM education for national prosperity. Nigeria's pursuit of national prosperity requires significant investment in STEM education, fostering problem solving, critical thinking, and innovation. We request the Council to prevail upon governments, both federal, states, and the local level. The prayer here is to invest heavily on STEM education to advance Nigeria's Agenda 2050, to introduce teachers to IC3 and Microsoft certified education. And the recommendation here is to integrate STEM subjects across all educational levels based on the career opportunities in STEM. Then provide ongoing teacher training and invest in modern STEM facilities and equipment. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, my beautiful sister from the home of Olumo Rock. You are welcome. Please, any question for her? Any comment? Any observation or remark? In the absence of no question, no remarks, comment, or observation, should we recommend it to the higher authority? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I call the next state, we have a missing item, and this item was found at the upper chamber when we went for the lunch break. It's a bank token. So please, all delegates at this meeting, check yourselves appropriately. If you have missed your bank token, it could be a recipe for disaster. So please check yourselves very well. It's a bank token, and if you have discovered that that token is missing, please, you kindly meet me with the bank that carries the token. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now invite Zamfara State for their presentation. Zamfara.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zaliha Tusalo, Director of Sciences, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Zamfara State, ably representing the Permanent Secretary. Permit me, our mother of the occasion, to stand on the existing protocol. Thank you. Zamfara State is mounted with 5 memorandums. The first memorandum is on the need to introduce drip irrigation system in Zamfara State. Source of the memorandum, Ministry of Agriculture and the Natural Resources Zamfara State. The type of memorandum is Action 1. The purpose of this memorandum is to seek council approval on the need to introduce drip irrigation system in order to increase productivity due to rain-fed production that could not meet the demand of the timing population of the state. Secondly, the government of Zamfara State have approved in the fiscal year budget the introduction of pilot irrigation system in which drip irrigation is inclusive, and some of the objectives are increased productivity, job creation, market linkage, revenue generation, security, and reduced cost of production. Prayers. Council is invited to consider and approve. Number 1, establishment of pilot drip irrigation system in each northern state with the aim of reducing the impact of climate change and increased food security. Secondly, the state and the local government should give 50% subsidy to the farmers at initial stage for the construction and installation of borehole and drip line in the farm. Thirdly, to direct all institutions from primary to tertiary to put drip irrigation techniques in their school curriculum so that our youth will come up with skills right from childhood. Thank you. The second memorandum is on production and processing calabash oil. Source of the memorandum is from Ministry of Science and Technology, Gusau, Zamfara State. The memorandum type is information type. The purpose of this memorandum is to inform Council that calabash oil is produced in large quantity in some local government of Zamfara State, as groundnut oil is gradually being substituted for calabash oil, which is good for cooking and other domestic uses. Secondly, the Council is invited to know that domestic consumption of vegetable oil has been estimated at 2.0 million metric tons per annum, with palm and groundnut oil accounting for over 80% of the total volume. And in order to make up the shortfall, Nigeria is currently importing vegetable oil worth of 400 million, as this is a heavy drain on the economy. Benefit: calabash is relatively easy to cultivate than any other local oil crops. Secondly, the seed may serve as good source of vegetable oil for human consumption and industrial use. The plant is highly nutritional and can be consumed by animals, and the oil is used for cooking and other domestic uses, among others. Prayers. Council is hereby invited to know that Zamfara State attempts to look for additional local sources of oil seeds to improve and or increase the raw material based on their oil mill as a welcome development. And third memorandum is on production and the processing of copper. Source of memorandum is Ministry of Science and Technology, Zamfara State. The type of memorandum is information one. The purpose of this memorandum is to intimate counsel on clarification of copper. Secondly, copper is one of the most useful and versatile metal and has been used for making longer than any other metal except gold. Its minerals are found throughout the Earth's crust as they occur in the sedimentary and the igneous rocks. Prayers. Council is invited to know the impact of copper in the society, such as one of the first metals to be extracted and used by humans, and it has made vital contribution to the sustaining and improving society since the dawn of civilization. It was first used in coins and ornaments. Thirdly, the discovery of copper alloyed with tins produced bronze marked the beginning of the Bronze Age. Copper is easily stretched, molded, and shaped. Fourthly, it is resistant to corrosion and conduct heat and electricity efficiently, and it is metal of choice for a variety of domestic, industrial, and high technology applications. The fourth memorandum is on production and processing of kilishi. You know, Zamfara State, we are one of the best home of kilishi so far. So, the source of this memorandum also is from Ministry of Science and Technology. Type of memorandum is information one. The purpose of this memorandum is to inform Council on the production and processing of kilishi with a new improved process developed at the Modern Kilishi Center at the University of Benin. And given the success of the technology, the sufficient expansion in the consumption of the product is assured now more than ever. Secondly, meat is one of the sources of animal protein, which are known to contain many essential amino acids needed by man for proper growth and development, as well as for the repair of worn-out tissues. Thirdly, Nigerians consume 360,000 tons of beef yearly, and kilishi is a specially prepared meat that is usually dried under intense heat from firewood due to some unhygienic systematic way of preparing meat in the country. RCD is collaborating with Uniben and NEN to develop a kilishi processing technology and fabricate requirements moving from the usual traditional African style to a more modernized system of producing meat. Prayers. Council is invited to know that kilishi technology will be recognized as producing a modern way, improve its process, quality, and enabled manufacturing to innovate. Secondly, the technology is an opportunity to enhance the manufacturing industry and the research and development sector. Thirdly, all research institutes, especially universities, to focus on identifying local products and processes that can be modernized and indigenize local industry to produce machineries. And with the support of this RMRDC, to encourage meat producing manufacturers to incorporate some of RMFDC's works into their work to identify local products and producers that they can work together to develop more modern technology. I think, the last but not the least, memorandum on request for establishment of a geological laboratory in Zamfara State. The source of the memorandum is from Ministry of Environment and the Natural Resources Zamfara State. The information is action type. This memorandum is requesting council that federal government should support Zamfara State in the establishment of geological laboratory in the state, as this laboratory will provide essential services for the mineral analysis, which will attract miners and investors to the state. This laboratory will also serve as a hub for regional and international collaborations, promoting the development of the mining industry in Zamfara State and neighboring countries. The objectives of this establishment of this laboratory aims to generate revenue, provide a platform for mineral analysis, generating revenue for the state and federal governments. Secondly, create job opportunity, that is by providing employment opportunity for the learning youths, for the teeming youths in Zamfara State, and reduce unemployment and poverty. Thirdly, promotes sustainable mining practices, ensure that mining activities in Zamfara State are conducted in an environmental, responsible, and sustainable manner. Expected outcome: enhance mineral exploration, that is, attract investors and promote mineral exploration in Zamfara State. Improve mineral analysis, that is, provide accurate and reliable mineral analysis services, enhancing the quality of minerals extracted in the state. Foster regional cooperation, that is, to promote collaboration with neighboring countries, enhancing regional economic integration and cooperation. Prayers. Council is invited to consider and provide necessary support for the establishment of the laboratory. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister from Zamfara. Actually, the last shall become the first. She was the first person to arrive for this council. Thank you so much. And that shows the kind of consciousness that they have. I'm so happy for you being here and presenting us with memoranda from various sectors of Zamfara State. Thank you. Please, do we have any comments or questions so that she can assist us to tell us about our brothers and sisters from the Northwest Geopolitical Zone? Thank you.
Director ICT from the ministry. Starting with the last presentation, I thank the Ministry of Solid Mineral that already has an agency with a functional lab to be a laboratory for geological activities.
Okay.
To facilitate the efforts of the state. And I'm advising that while exploring this opportunity, they should look toward that direction. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Rose Kidadi, Director of the Cultural Biotechnology Department, NDMD, representing the DGCO, Professor Abdullah Mustafa. Thank you, Madam Zamfara, for your eloquent presentation. Mine is just a question, I think on your second memo, on calabash oil.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know if I'm the only one. This is the first time I'm hearing about calabash oil.
Seed.
So I don't know if you can throw more light, maybe educate us better.
Okay.
On what type of calabash? Is it the calabash?
It's the normal calabash we are using. We use the seed.
Wow. You can make oil from that.
Let me clarify.
Okay.
Okay. We are making oil from the seed.
Okay, from the seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then your fourth memo on Kilishi.
Yeah.
I don't know, we have a professor of English in Nigeria.
Yes,
and
yes.
I think he's the only professor, Professor Igenari John. I don't know if you've connected with him. He's a private sector as well as a lecturer. To take your English to a higher level, I think
Yeah.
you need to connect.
Yes, that is what we want.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? For the calabash oil,
Yes.
it can still be extracted from the epicap, the mesocap,
Yes.
and the seeds.
Yes.
It all depends on how we are technologically advanced
Yes.
to extract this oil. We can extract it from anything like the sunflower. It can be extracted from the leaves or the seeds or the flower. So that's the essence of why we have to push Nigeria forward in her technological advancement. It can be extracted from any part, even from the tree. It can be extracted. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I go? Approval. Okay. Thank you.
The House to approve.
Are we recommending the memoranda to the upper chambers? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my permanent secretary. We are making progress. Let me call again Delta State. Delta State, are you available now? Delta State is not available. Okay, NASRDA State, it's your turn.
The permanent secretary, permit me to stand on already established protocol. My name is Ali Musa from NASRDA State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. I have three memos to be presented. One information memo and two action memos. The first memo here is on establishment of Nigerian Institute of Labor and Science Technology, NILEST, Center and approval for procurement of equipment for the center. The source of this memo is from Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, and the type is information. And the purpose of this memo is to update the council on the establishment of NILEST Center at Doma and approval for the procurement of equipment for the center. Under the stewardship of His Excellency Engineer Abdullah Esule, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Council is invited to note that NILEST Center at Doma, Nasarawa State, will reduce drastically the rate of animal skin consumption, and this animal skin will serve as raw materials for leather products, create job opportunities, promote research and development, and equip youth with required skills for self-reliance. 2. Nasarawa State is an agrarian state known for the production of agricultural produce. Examples, the staple food and the livestock. Quite a number of these livestock skins and hides are usually consumed on a daily basis, but now are available as raw materials for the center to produce leather products. 3. Graduates, leather scientists and technologists are available at the center to provide training for youth to acquire skills to become self-reliant and employers of labor. Prayers. Council is hereby prayed to note that the establishment of NILES Center at Doma and that funds were approved for the procurement of the equipment by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Esule, that the establishment of NILES Center in Doma will assist the state to drastically reduce the consumption of animal skin, popularly known as pomo in Yoruba language, and that the NILES Center in Doma will serve as a center for job opportunities, promote research and development, and graduates, that's leather scientists and technologists, are available at the center to provide training for youths to acquire skills to become self-reliant and employer of labor. The second memo is on collaboration with National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, NARIT, to establish non-biodegradable waste materials recycling plants to mitigate environmental hazard and livestock feed. The source is from Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Lafia, Nasarawa State, and the memo is action. The purpose of this memo is to seek Council's approval for collaboration with the National Research Institute for Chemical Technology, NARIT, to explore all avenues aimed at establishing recycling plants for non-biodegradable waste materials to mitigate environmental hazard and livestock feed. Council may wish to note that 1. Environmental hazard and livestock feed are challenges that require urgent attention in Nasarawa State. The environmental hazards occur as a result of poor disposal of non-biodegradable waste that are inadvertently exposed within and around the state capitals, thereby causing land pollution and flooding by blocking waterways, while some are incinerated within the human population, exposing the populace to danger of airborne diseases, as well as saturating the environment with toxic air pollutants. The non-biodegradable waste materials include glasses, ceramic, plastic, leather products, waste vehicles, tires, etc. Then, in other words, converting such waste to wealth will be a successful way to mitigate environmental hazard and livestock feed management system by developing standards for monitoring and evaluation of health products to ensure that they are fit for consumption. Prayers. Council is hereby prayed to approve. 1. Nasarawa State Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation should collaborate with National Research Institute for Chemical Technology to encourage recycling and conversion of non-biodegradable waste materials for effective use. Then the establishment of non-biodegradable waste materials collection and recycling plants in collaboration with NARIT for training of personnel on basic requisite management system for livestock feeds. And the last one is sensitization campaign on environmental sanitation. Then the last action memo, which is not captured here, but let me just quickly, okay, all right. So thank you.
Thank you, Nasarawa State. Nasarawa, you are welcome. Nasarawa was supposed to host us last year. However, due to circumstances beyond human comprehension,
Yes.
We could not hold this council in Nasarawa last year. You are highly welcome. And maybe because of that, Nasarawa is struggling to smuggle in a memorandum. No, before we are being challenged from other sectors. Thank you so much. Any comments for our hosts for last year? Plateau. Any comments? Shall we recommend it to the higher authority? Thank you. You may have your seat.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much to Permanent Secretary. Let's now have Plateau State. Thereafter, we'll have FCT in quick succession and Bayelsa State. Plateau State, are you ready? It's coming. Okay, Plateau State, and then the FCT should be on standby, and Bayelsa State will come last in this series. Thank you.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. Permit me to lean on the existing protocol so established. Memorandum on the need for talent hunt and training in the field of science, technology, and innovation in Nigeria. Source of the memo is Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, Plateau State. Type of memo is actions or information memo. Purpose. The purpose of this memorandum is to inform National Council of Science and Technology on the need for the 36 states of Nigeria and Federal Capital Territory to embark on talent hunt and training in the field of science, technology, and innovation in order to enhance national economic growth, competitiveness, and commercialization. This will encourage and develop young innovators and inventors. The Council is invited to know that identifying and developing talents ensure a continuous organizational growth and competitiveness. Talented individuals are often the driving force behind innovations and problem solving, contributing to the national economic growth. 3, strong talent can be significant, can gain significant advantage in the market. Prayer. Council is therefore invited to intervene through Presidential Executive Order 005 to finance the Innovators Talent Hunt Project, prioritizing, identifying, nurturing, and retaining top talent in critical science, technology, and innovation areas. Yes. I only have one memo to present.
Thank you, Plateau. You are most welcome. Any comments for Plateau? Mike.
Permanent Secretary, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. And I think these issues that you have raised, we are already doing that. because the program or the project that I already presented a memo on, that's the Presidential Standing Committee on Inventions and Innovations, is already, aimed at achieving the talent hunt. Because since the inception of the program and since the commencement of the implementation of the program in 2006-2007, hundreds of inventors and innovators from across all the 6 geopolitical zones have benefited, including many from Plateau State. So already you are doing that. It's just that you are always, constrained, by lack of adequate funding and things like that. And not only that, we also have other, projects and programs aimed at, this talent hunt. Even at the junior secondary school level, we have a program that we call Technological Harnessing of Young Inventors and Innovators for Mentoring and Development. We go to the junior secondary school to hunt for these talents. We mentor them, and we get in touch with them all the time. And so many other, programs. We even have programs for artisans, technological development of artisans. And it's just because we are constrained by the lack of funds. Otherwise, all across all the states in Nigeria will be felt. And you see what we are doing. So I want to say that the ministry is already doing that. But as more funding comes in, we'll also expand. And we reach other states or the federation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other contribution? Yeah. Thank you. It is also expedient to inform you that at the sub-national forum that we were in Cotonou, the experts will brief us tomorrow, because this has been going on at the sub-regional, that's the West Africa, ECOWAS, and even at the continental, at the African Union. We have been hunting for talents for science, technology, and innovation sector. We cannot lag behind, because any country that lags behind now cannot meet with the speed at which technology is moving. For me, I always think that the COVID was just to bring us to a certain level of catching up with others, which we were able to do that through the financial technology, the fintech that brought over OPE, PAMPE, amongst others in Nigeria. And my brother, the DG, STP, the executive order 5, said he does not have much to share, but I'm sure there is so much that we are doing. Even STP, Science, Technology, and Promotion, is also identifying and hunting for talent across the nation. Thank you.
I think adoption.
Are we still going to take it to the higher, because this has been ongoing?
But the phone.
Are we recommending it? It's ongoing. Yeah. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Carry on.
In fact, there's why we brought this memo. Because of security issue, there are certain things that I cannot disclose here. But somebody develops a drone that can detect something in this country within a particular area. We try to see if that could be developed. Up to now, nobody came for it. We send it security-wise, but there are certain things I cannot see here. We know the situation we are in this country. So, states that are faced with banditry, we work on it, but it couldn't be developed. And that is why we are talking that the government should help us develop more talents on this. Thank you.
so much, my brother from Plateau. We are going to do that, and that's why we invited states to come up with their novel inventions and innovations. You ought to have come with the drone. If maybe they had applied and they were not selected for the ECOWAS exhibition, which we had a presentation there, although we were not quite fortunate to win the first 3 in this second edition of Forum of Research, Development and Innovation at Cotonou. You can still bring it up. Let us see what we are doing, because nobody is happy that you wake up in the morning and then your brothers or sisters were brutally butchered in the night. For me, I still feel pained, because with the kind of graphic mind that my Almighty Creator created me, as I'm talking now, I am still seeing the child who was on the breast of the mother on 1st January 2018, when they were brutally macheted in Benue State. So nobody is happy to wake up and you hear that people are being butchered in Zamfara, they are being butchered in Benue, they are being butchered in Plateau, any part of Nigeria. This has become a norm, but we cannot accept it, because we're supposed to be enlightened, civilized people, not to be butchering ourselves in 2025. It is a very sad development. Nigeria used to be the pearl of Africa. Everybody looked onto us to see how to coexist, but now we wake up and we butcher ourselves. It cannot continue. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
God bless you too. Thank you very much, Premsec. I don't know if it has been adopted, ma. Okay, we now move to the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory. Do we have any delegates representing the FCT at this crucial meeting? If there is no one, can I now move to Bayelsa States? Do we have Bayelsa States? Okay, Bayelsa States is coming. Thank you very much, sir. When we're done with Bayelsa States, with the permission of the PEMSEC, we'll move to NDAs. Thank you.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, other PEMSECs in the House, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Otrofenowe, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology, Bayelsa State. I have 3 memos. The first one is on the need for the establishment of silos to curb the annual post-harvest waste of agricultural produce occasioned by flooding and erosion in Bayelsa State. The source is from my ministry, the MCST, and it's an action memo. The purpose of this memo is to seek Council's approval for the relevant agencies of FMSTI to collaborate with Bayelsa State government to establish silos in each of the 8 local government areas in the state to curb wastage in post-agricultural produce. This collaboration will improve agricultural yield in the state and also create jobs and wealth for the economy of our nation. Bayelsa State has been experiencing post-harvest losses of its major agricultural produce such as yam, cassava, maize, plantain, and so on. Our prayer, the prayer is, Council is hereby prayed to consider and approve the establishment of appropriate 5.41.3 metric tons silos in Bayelsa State to curb post-harvest losses of agricultural produce, and 2, to carry out R&D to develop the appropriate silos for the storage and preservation of local agricultural produce such as cassava, bananas, and so on in Bayelsa State through collaboration between the State Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology and the Federal Ministry of Education, Science, Innovation, Science and Technology. The second memo is also an action memo on the need for the development and distribution of high-yielding ogbono, Ervingia gabonensis planting material, and technology for processing of ogbono fruits in Bayelsa State. The source is from the Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology. It's an action memo. The purpose of this memorandum is to seek Council's approval for the need for the development and distribution of high-yielding ogbono fruits, planting material, and technology for processing of ogbono fruits in Bayelsa State. The devastating effect of the ravaging flood of 2022 in Bayelsa State was unquantifiable. Not only were communities displaced and lives lost, but the destruction of flora and fauna. On the trail of this destruction is one of our essential economic trees, the ogbono tree. The damage caused by the recent flood on the ecosystem implies that a tropical crop such as ogbono fruit, which takes an average of 6 to 8 years to produce fruits, will be reduced. This calls for a more concerted effort by stakeholders to replant improved plants that can take lesser time to mature. Our prayer is that 1, research institutions stroke agencies of MSTI develop ogbono planting material for flood-ravaged states like Bayelsa, Delta, Rivers, amongst others. FMSTI and its relevant agencies should build capacity of scientists in Bayelsa State and other affected states in Nigeria. The last memo is on the deployment and development of renewable energy, that is solar PV power, in non-grid powered communities in Bayelsa State. The source is the Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology. It's an action memo. The purpose of this memo is to seek Council's approval on the deployment and development of renewable energy, solar PV power in non-grid powered communities in Bayelsa State. The average solar reduction in Nigeria is 7.2 kilowatts per day. That is 25.2 meters, 2 mega, well, forgive me about that, per day in the far north, and about 3.5 kilowatts per day in the coastal latitudes, according to Iloeje 1997. Bayelsa State lies in the coast of Nigeria. Renewable energy, solar power, PV power technology has become an alternative source of power to rural communities where accessibility to the national grid has not been possible in Nigeria. Therefore, Bayelsa State, with predominantly rural and at times difficult to access communities, would appreciate deployment of solar PV power as alternative energy. Recently, we have discovered growing interest in communities in Bayelsa State where privately operated solar PVs are being paid for by the communities. Therefore, Bayelsa State government, via Ministry of Communication, Science and Technology, will readily collaborate with Federal Ministry of FMSTI and its agencies on the deployment and development of renewable energy in non-grid powered communities in Bayelsa State. Our prayer. Council is prayed to approve capacity building of youth in solar PV power in Bayelsa State for job and wealth creation. Thank you.
My sister, Mbre Noel.
Ado.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Please, any comments? Comments? You are tired. law of discrimination. Any comments or questions? In the absence of no comment or question, can we recommend it to the three memoranda to the higher authority?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my PEMSEC. We are done with states. Can we now proceed with your kind permission, ma'am? Okay, the PEMSEC said we should stop, and I was seeing the enthusiasm. We wanted to continue. Okay, let's put our hands together for the PEMSEC for... Okay, ma'am, we will now invite your closing remarks so we can now prepare to close. Thank you.
The permanent secretary, our chair of this technical committee, the permanent secretaries of the state, members of the technical committee, directors of the ministry, director general of our agencies. Thank you very much for your patience. We have at least listened, and we have at least presented, most of the papers that were presented have been fully taken and recommended to the higher authorities. So tomorrow we are going to start very, very early so that we can finish and have other things, and then the reports will be ready for presentation for the technical, for the main committee on Wednesday. So we are going to discuss the reports tomorrow in the afternoon. So we have to work extra hard to produce the reports. That is why we want to take all the memos as much as possible today, and then we finish the remaining tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we are starting at 8 o'clock. Is that okay? 8 o'clock in the morning. Is that okay? Okay. So tomorrow morning, please. Thank you very much for listening. See you tomorrow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with the permission of the Permanent Secretary, may we please rise as we take the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to close. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you all journey messages back to your various destinations. We will reconvene tomorrow at 8 a.m. as has been announced. Thank you very much, journey messages, and goodbye.